I was on X a few months ago, and a referee had a mixtape.
Stop. Stop.
I swear to God, I gotta find it.
Stop.
Did you see that? You didn't see the referee had a mixtape and he had a music behind it of him making calls, and it like blurred into another call.
What level
and, like,
was this
him
ref?
running down? He was running down. It was like he had to be middle school basketball. Pull this up just now.
Let's go.
The guy sent it to me.
Look, this guy.
To the beat.
This is like is this middle school or freshman? Freshman. They're like freshmen. It's IMG.
No nonsense. No nonsense.
He was like this.
Yeah.
That was bullshit.
Pretty good.
That was bullshit. I was dying, crying, laughing at this dude, man.
That's my.
Yeah,
On beat.
boom, right on beat.
This episode is presented by Anthropic, the team behind Claude. If you're the kind of person who wants to understand the game at a deeper level, Claude is built for you. It's an AI thinking partner that helps you work through complexity, not just surface answers. Try it free at claude.ai/mindthegame. So something that's kind of piqued my attention and curiosity this year has been the officiating.
Yeah.
They have a tough job. Like this is, I'm not trying to. It's more like, where are we going with the rules of our game? And let's talk through some of the examples. First of all, the obvious one's the gather step.
Yeah.
Like how, you can take 2 or 3 step backs if the ball's conceivably hands on the side of the ball, which is impossible, right? To take 2 or 3 steps with the ball still being on the side of your hand.
Yeah.
The pickup points that gather, that leads to like when the Euro starts.
Yeah.
The other thing is like, and this is, the step through used to be something that you were allowed to do in the women's game. This is not a sexist comment. Do you not feel like it used to be able to pump fake and then take that full step through?
Yeah.
We were never allowed to do that.
We were not.
Now you can do the step through.
Yep.
There's the decel step where you can come 1, 2, stop on one leg and literally stop. You could never do that in the past. You can do that now. I don't have a problem with it, but we don't explain what is and what isn't a travel anymore.
No, we don't.
Well enough, at least.
No, we do not. We do not. And the only thing as a player is so inconsistent, the way it's called. And as players, we just want consistency. And like on any given night, you can have one official telling you, one thing, and then another official telling you another thing. And that's like I'm like, so my take is like, is this not a world league conversation that you guys are having to like, this is how we're officiating these plays, this is how we're officiating these moves, this is how we're officiating this? Or is it just like, depending on the ref, like, so that's like, that's the most frustrating part, like when you're out there and sometimes you can get away with certain things and some, it's like, even defensively, some games you're allowed to get away with completely bear hugging guys and holding them. And then 2 nights later, you can barely put your hands on guys. It's like, okay, so what are we doing?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just the emphasis on like the evolution of the gather step and the step through, step after already establishing a pivot foot is, I do not have the answer. I have no idea.
Like I said, like I don't have a problem with it if that's where we're going, but it's almost like I would love some sort of uniform understanding of what we're allowing now. Like I'll go into some other examples, but let's kind of, whether this sounds like I'm defending the referees or not, like I feel like it's like I've said this before, but like technology is influencing the rate of change in our world, and the players are now doing the same thing. They're trying different things. They're innovating. The game's changing quickly, and so I give some respect to the players for trying stuff, and I also give an understanding to the officials that this stuff is changing fast, and so but that's part of the reason why I'd love for us to get like more of a handle on it. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong, whichever way you swing. You can say something?
No, I just got a play in my head that just went to my head about the play. Like,
let me have it.
We had don't remember what game it was, but we had a game where a guy got fouled. He went up to shoot and they called foul, and it was a late whistle. So when the guy went up to shoot, he didn't hear the whistle. They called it late, and he landed with the ball.
So he never shot it.
He never shot it. And the ref said 3 free throws. That's never been the way I grew up playing the game.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't even attempt.
Explain that one away, yeah.
I understand. He said, well, he already, he had the ball. He was already looking like he was about to shoot. I'm like, but he never shot the ball. Yeah. Like, he never shot the ball. So I don't understand. And then there was a play for me the other day. I was facing, so I'm facing this way, and the rim is this way, and I get fouled, and I'm about to go up to shoot, and I'm about to turn and shoot it, and the ref said on the side. And I said, explain to me, why is that not 2 free throws? And he told me that because my body and my feet was facing in a different direction.
But if you'd already gathered with 2 hands, you already had it with 2 hands.
Already had it.
Yeah.
It was just.
I don't know.
This
is where I'm going with this, is that I've felt like just in general, the refereeing and the rules have never been more clouded.
Yeah.
I'll give you some more examples that I see. I feel like you can maul the ball handler above the 3-point line or above the free throw line. Like, you can really get into people, hack away, bump, all that stuff. I don't mind it. Like, but let's call it what it is. But then when you get below the foul line, it gets ticky-tacky. Yeah. That's one thing that bothers me. We can go back through these, but here's one that I've noticed that is just, remember we used to talk about dislodging?
Yeah.
Now you can literally run your shoulder through a guy's chest, back him up 5-7 feet, lay the ball in or shoot, and it's fair game. I don't have a problem with it, but like when and why did that become a possibility in our game?
It wasn't discussed. It just kind of happened, and you just have to figure it out. We went from like 1 week to us prepping for games, and then like 2 weeks later it was like, okay, now we can do this. It's like, but when did it change?
Right.
Right. Well, how are we allowed to do this now? How are we allowed to just like wrap guys up, just like completely bear hug them?
Right.
I thought it went from freedom of movement to no freedom of movement to, so it's like, I don't get it.
Yeah. Because we have the travels, the gather stuff, the freedom of movement stuff, the off arm, not just the shoulder, but the off arm, I think has gotten a little out of hand. Moving screens are ridiculous. I get the ghost game stuff, and I get we always had guys trying to get away with stuff, but now it's become so blurry where guys, a lot of hand screening, where you just grab a guy and push him. And then the other one is these kind of like, am I screaming? Am I screening? Am I not? But I'm definitely going to just get in your way for 1, 2, 3 extra seconds. Yeah. It's just, I feel like it needs to be cleaned up.
Yeah, I think it needs to be cleaned up.
And what's our point of view on this as a game? Because I think that we all want offense. Offense is great, but like, what makes offense great is partly good defense. Like, that's when we show what really elite offense is. So some of these things like moving screens, but that's the thing, again, it gets the consistency. Above the 3-point line, you get into people, you can really, really take liberties. Yeah. Then you get inside, and now the offensive player can shoulder you off, can use the chicken wing. Screening becomes really difficult. So I'm really curious as to where we're going with this, and there's like these different through points, the rip through stuff, we clean that up, the dislodge stuff, but then it comes back around, and now but these things are kind of back on the table. Yeah. So, I just, as a fan now, and as someone who played, it is so curious how far it's swung.
Right. And where it's going to end.
Right, and where is it going to end?
Or how we're going to
Yeah.
Is the screen too long? Is it not? Like, I'm at a point, for me, obviously, I'm at a point in my career where it's like, bro, don't even like waste your voice. Like, I'll be saying,
Just sitting back and watching.
Goodness. There was a play last night that happened that I wanted to argue so bad, and I wasn't even playing. I was in street clothes. I wanted to argue so bad because I knew I was so right. I was so right. And unfortunately, like a player got like hurt last night. So we had a fast break, and Rui went up for a dunk. Stephon Castle blocked his shot. We got the rebound, laid it up. Stephon Castle's on the ground underneath the basket. And they're looking at his player, but what happened was one of the San Antonio players took the ball out, and Wemby came and he was looking at his teammate, and he grabbed the ball from his teammate while he was still out of bounds.
Yeah, it's a violation.
I said, that's our ball. Like that's a violation. Like the refs from the other end come flying down and said that their coach called a timeout beforehand. I said, there's no fucking way. And they awarded them a timeout.
Yeah. As a player, sometimes that stuff can be frustrating.
And by the way, and then Wemby, after Stephon Castle got up and everything, they awarded him the ball. Wemby went down and scored his 40th point of the quarter.
As a player, that's
I'm like,
yeah.
What are we doing?
Because the problem is, it happened another time, and you don't get the same. It's like, oh,
no,
touch the ball out of bounds.
What are we doing?
Yeah, it's the consistency.
That's all. That's all.
And it's I get it. Like, it's a hard job. The game's changing fast.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, it's almost like we need a point of view on it. I think we need a point of view on like how do we want our league to be played. Because things are different. Coaches are teaching different strategies. I think we're seeing guys do stuff in the game, and then coaches are saying, we can use that. Like I think Hallie talks about Buddy introducing all the different type of ghost screens and stuff, and them taking that. I think that happens around the league. Yeah. Fouling a lot, like getting into people, what you can do. Teams are starting to put more and more pressure on the ball higher, where they're now all of a sudden we're letting them get away with it. You couldn't do that before. Like these bumps at the rim are crazy to me. We are no dislodge. Here's one. When someone's sliding their feet with the defender, with the offensive player, and the offensive player's got a line to the basket, and the defender is trying to stay with them, the offensive players now, maybe both feet aren't set, but they're going off their line to create contact. The player's still in a legal guarding position, theoretically, but they're calling blocks on the defender that the guy went off his line to create contact, knock him out. So there's all these things where the game's just starting to change and change and change. I think if we don't have a point of view on it, it gets out of hand.
Yeah, it gets out of hand,
Right? And then you get frustrated because the calls seem to change.
Because the guys are out there like really competing. Yeah. Guys are competing for something. Guys are competing to win, obviously, every night. And obviously, like you said, the refs have a tough job. We're not ever going to discredit, the job. Is it adding a fourth ref? I don't know. I don't know. Is it having because usually you got the three refs and then one goes to the back just in case of an injury, or is it one ref that stays at the table? Is he watching and kind of has a certain cadence where he can hit a button, I guess, I don't know, and be like, oh well, guys, you guys might need to review that and look at that. Yeah. I don't know, like.
I think it's just a point. I think it's a point of view, and I think we have to decide what we're doing on some of these things. Like the other one that bugs me is like when a guy's driving and a defender tries to get back in contact. We used to talk about marginal, and I think we call it marginal out top. Like out about 3-point line, we're in the ball so hard now, but inside, a guy tries to close that gap with a driver. And a marginal, just trying to be in contact, not this is a foul, but the offensive players are smart. As soon as they get close, they create, we got to let that stuff go. Yeah. Like you got to allow guys to guard, to get back in touch with their man, get back in contact, even have some physicality. But I feel like now it's like we're playing both sides.
We talked about this on like some of our earlier episodes where we do this all year. And then in the postseason, they let the shit go. Right. And it takes you 2 to 3, 4 playoff games, if you're lucky, to adjust. It's like, what are we doing? Like, I get it. I get the postseason should be more like, okay, but you go September through April, mid-April of this is how it's going to be called. And then boom, it completely changes. It's like, what are we like?
Different sport.
Yeah, it's a different sport, man.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Anyways, that's my PSA.
I'm with you.
Let's get a point of view on some of these plays.
That is Steve Nash PSA, and I'll approve this message.
If you listen to this show, you're probably not satisfied with hot takes and highlight reels. You want to understand the game at a deeper level. The schemes, the adjustments, the strategic decisions that separate good from great. That's exactly the kind of thinking Claude is built for. Claude is an AI thinking partner that works with you, not for you. When you're trying to understand something complex, whether that's breaking down pick and roll coverage, researching how offensive systems have evolved, or analyzing why certain matchups create specific problems, Claude helps you dig into the nuance. It doesn't rush to tidy conclusions. It works through the complexity, asks follow-up questions, and gives you proper citations so you can trace the reasoning. Anthropic is committed to keeping Claude ad-free, which means it's optimized to help you think, not to keep you scrolling. For people who love going deeper on the things that matter to them, Claude is the thinking partner you've been looking for. Try Claude for free at claude.ai/mindthegame and see why the world's best problem solvers choose Claude as their thinking partner. And now over to our producer, Jason, for a word from one of our partners.
Shout out to our partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. Basketball lives and dies by its stars. Stars who take over games. One possession, one bucket, and everything changes in a heartbeat. Those are the moments that DraftKings was built for. And right now, new customers who sign up and bet $5 get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Just download the app and use code MIND. Personally, I love having action on the details. I'm talking player props, betting on if a player will hit over 14.5 rebounds, drain over 2.5 threes, or record a triple-double. DraftKings makes it so easy to get involved and have some fun. And every Tuesday, their King of the Court promo lets you choose one player for a chance to earn your share of $2 million in bonus bets. Your player just needs to lead that night in total points, assists, and rebounds. Pretty simple, right? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code MIND to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets instantly. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Let's go to 2026 plays. All right, we'll just run through some of these, but Spurs, a little action here. I mean, that's a carry.
Yeah, that.
Like that's a hezzy where the ball is for a step or two is under his hand. There's no question in 2-3 years ago even. Maybe 5 years ago, there's no way.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes some of these could just be bad calls. They missed it. But it feels like it's happening a lot.
Yeah.
Guy, Kamara goes for the pump fake, but goes flyby. And CJ seeks him off the line, and we're given those. I mean, that's happening. And then leans towards. Yeah, I mean, that's. I feel like you get punished if you leave your feet now, but if you don't leave your feet.
And make contact. You know, even if I'm coming forward, if I come forward and I'm able to get out of the way, but you're leaning towards me with the chicken on, I don't think it should be a foul.
I agree. Off arm push.
I mean, shit, everybody was fouling on that play.
Right?
Yeah.
There was never allowed in the past.
No.
Right?
Anytime this was extended, if it wasn't shoulder, anytime your off arm, either if you're righty or lefty, anytime that did like this in a player, it's automatic.
Automatic.
That is dislodging the defender.
Right.
That is.
You're allowed a certain amount of contact with the
shoulder, a little bit of here, but if this full extension, it's automatic. Automatic.
Yeah. All right, we got Shea here. So I actually don't have a huge problem with this one. This is Shea on, is that AD?
AD, yeah. I think that's more shoulder. More shoulder and release. Sometimes Shea can get, sometimes his arm can get fully extended, but I felt like that was more, that one right there was more shoulder, and then I'm trying to get away. Yeah.
So it's interesting though, and this is maybe where the referees are in a tough position because this one, I could see it being called. I also am okay with it not being called.
Yeah.
So Shea does create contact here and leverage, but I feel like that's marginal.
Yeah,
as far as the rules.
Yeah, I feel like as far as when we talk about the push off, the opposite hand, I feel like that was a marginal play.
And I feel like Shea's a master at how much leverage he can create without.
He's so damn good at that.
Without a foul. All right, I think this is a Scotty Barnes clip. We got the Raptors Philly. So I guess we're thinking he leaned in a little too much on this drive. Yeah.
I mean, I don't see that being a foul.
That was...
But so that's just what happens is because Scotty Barnes may go make that move and lean in, don't get the call.
Right.
Because Scotty Barnes, 6'9", 6'10", don't get that call. But then my good friend Tyrese Maxey does the same thing.
Yeah.
And they get it, they give him that call.
Yeah.
Because he may be smaller in stature. See, I get a lot of from refs, that was a marginal play. I said, well, what's marginal to you may not be marginal to me if it's affecting my shot, but a foul is a foul.
Right.
If a guy's grabbing my arms and I'm just not flailing or whatever the case may be.
So, you're at a disadvantage.
Yeah, so if that's how the game is going to be called, so we don't know the context of what might have happened in the first 4 minutes. Maybe, Joel Embiid maybe got that call. Maybe Tyrese Maxey got that call. And then when I go to the hole and do the same thing, they say play on. That's the consistency that as players that you're trying to that you want from officiating. How are we going to call it tonight? It can change from game to game. Every crew is different, but if we set the tone and say, this is how we're going to play, we know you know it from the first two possessions.
Yeah.
Okay, this is how they're going to let us play.
Right.
They're going to let us hold and grab. They're going to let us be physical or not.
And smart players set the terms, right? Luka's great at it. Senators, he's getting handsy with me tonight. One of these, and get your hands off me the rest of the night. And so, but that's what makes great players great is they're able to set the terms on how we're going to play this game. All right, let's take a look at this one. This is Cade versus Charlotte. I mean.
So this is Jalen Duran on the kid James.
That's a lot of force.
That is a lot of force.
I mean, he sold it well, but that's a lot of force. I don't know that would have ever been a defensive foul in any other era.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's in a legal guarding position, trying to stand his ground. And, I mean, I give some understanding. Jalen Duran's a big dude.
Yeah.
But to me, this is a little excessive. But we're letting these go. All right, shoulder here. I think this might be JB. Let's see the other angle here.
From the first angle, it didn't look like much. That looked like a foul. That looked like an A to B right there.
Right.
No foul. I think defensively that was a foul because JB definitely went from A to B.
But on the drive.
On the drive, though, is not no foul.
Yeah, it's like the defender's in illegal guarding. So to me, do they want every defender at every point of contact to have both feet set? That's not the way
That's not how the game is run.
You can still be in front and have the right to that lane to the basket, but both feet aren't set. You're in motion. So I think that's where players are taking advantage. The guy's feet might not be set, but he's still moving to cover that line to the basket. And then the offensive player just changes lines, and we're allowing them to just create unnecessary contact, go through the defender. So I hate that call, to be honest. Yeah, he went out of the line there. Did you see that?
Yep. Now, if he moved that's offensive foul.
Yeah, you can't.
If you're going and the guy's coming and then you kind of just swerve in his lane swerve in his lane to do that
into his body.
Yeah, that's offensive foul.
That's offensive foul.
That's offensive foul.
That's
if you're trying to, I get it that he's trying to make sure that he gets to, Chet's bodies to try to alleviate from him, not get the block, and you just swerve into his lane, body. Okay, then but to fully extend, that's an offensive foul.
Yeah. As a little kid, my dad would take me to my grandparents' home in North London where he grew up. I used to love walking from the house through the park to watch a Tottenham match. Soccer wasn't just a game in our family, it was everything. When you're there, you can really feel that passion, and it's contagious. You'd open a window and feel the excitement of match day and hear songs echoing through the stadium. Those trips shaped everything for me. My love of sport, family, tradition. Come to think of it, that house would have been perfect for hosting visitors on Airbnb during a big tournament. With the World Cup coming this summer, fans from all over the world will be traveling to North America. And you can help create that magic I experienced as a kid in Tottenham by hosting your home on Airbnb. Why not earn some extra cash while making their trip unforgettable? Your home might be worth more than you think. Find out how much at airbnb.com/host. In basketball, the best teams don't rush. They control the tempo. They know when to push, when to slow it down, and when to create space so the game comes to them. Travel is the same way. When you're moving city to city, season after season, you learn the biggest edge you can have isn't speed, it's control. That's why people who travel a lot talk about lounge access. With the American Express Platinum Card, you can enjoy access to over 1,550 airport lounges worldwide, the largest global airport lounge network compared to other credit card companies as of July 2025. It's a calm place away from the crowds, a place to slow things down, enjoy thoughtful, curated meals, and settle in before your flight takes off. The destination before you arrive at your destination. When you control the tempo early, everything that follows feels smoother. With premium travel benefits and award-winning service, there's nothing like American Express Platinum. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/withplatinum. Okay, fan questions.
Love this part. I love fan questions, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people out here want to know about the game, man.
All right. Here's an interesting one. Adi Pradeep from Instagram said, how do you read the second level of defense once I get past my initial defender? So this is interesting because I'm not sure either one of us would have an answer because we learned that so early, maybe instinctively, that we're not worried about our guy.
Exactly.
We're more looking, where's the space behind that guy that I want to get to?
We never had a problem with the guy that was in front of us. It was always the second and third line of defense. So I think obviously that has a lot to do with development.
Yep.
Having the
reps.
The reps and the confidence to be able to, one, beat your own the defender. So I'm guessing that Adi Pradeep has that ability, or they wouldn't be asking, the second part. So I think, kind of knowing, obviously studying the teams, studying what they're doing, where's the help coming from? Do they help with the low man? Do they come out of the corners?
Yep.
Do they, are they a team that like to hit, once you get past, like double team, once you get past the initial defender. So I think just, understanding what the defense,
for sure,
what they've been doing over the course of the season, what they do in their games, that will help, know. And then also, more importantly, kind of just read and react too.
Right.
Don't forget to just like go out there and just read and react and figure it out on the fly. I think that has a lot to do with it too. It's another, like we talk about trial and error. Like,
make mistakes.
Yeah, make mistakes, and that's okay.
I would say then maybe the one thing I could add is just start gaining awareness of where is the space on the floor. Where is the space? Like if you get the ball and you can beat your defender, but there's two people standing right behind them, that's probably the time to swing it, get to the other side. So just having an awareness of where the space is on the floor, because you want to, as a team, attack that space. Now sometimes I might try to take the ball into a crowd to draw it even more, to get it out so your shooters have a more open shot or a much bigger 2-on-1 situation. But I think it all comes from recognizing where the space is and how you want to manipulate that space.
Yeah, love that. Let me Johnny on IG. How do I manage my emotions after missing a game winner or a clutch shot? Well, one thing about it, the emotions are going to happen.
Right.
We've both been there. We've both missed game winners, missed clutch shots. It happens, and that's just part of the game. No one's one thing. The greatest people of all time to play the game of basketball have never shot 1,000%.
Right.
or 100%, however you want to put the numbers.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. But as far as managing, I think it's about understanding if that opportunity comes again, be ready for that moment again and not shying away from it. And it doesn't matter how many you miss. Like, you have the confidence if you put the work into it. You know, you envision yourself being in those moments. You know, your teammates, you know, trust you to make, you know, the right play or to even take the shot, no matter win, lose, or draw, and you're confident in that. I think, you know, understanding, like, you know, the game is about, you know, going out and playing and loving it and having fun. And if you make the game winner, you're super excited. If you miss the game winner, you're super excited for the next time. You know, so just staying present, understanding that, you know, like you said, you're not going to make every shot. You know, and we all thrive to want to make every shot and be there and make every game winner and make every clutch shot. But it doesn't happen that way. But just being ready for that moment once it happens again.
For sure, you said it. It's an emotional game.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone's emotional. But so let's look at this situation. How do I stop from being so emotional? When you take that last shot, you want to be as calm as possible, right? So if you're super emotional by missing, I'm guessing you are super emotional taking the shot, right? Whereas if you are calm taking it, you live with make or miss because you're in the moment, you're in the process. So I think it's really important for young people, but anyone to be as calm and as confident as possible in that moment. Here's what I would say to back you up on that being ready to shoot the next one is, if you are nervous shooting that shot, the odds of it going well aren't great, right? So you have to try to flip it from like nervous to like, I'm going for it. I am trying to make the shot, not like hoping.
Yeah.
And if you go for it, not only do you have a better chance of making it, you're gonna grow in those moments. Right? I think you grow in those moments. If you have fear and your tension and you're nervous in those moments, you're not growing in those moments, right? So sometimes you have to go through that period and recognize, what's the point of being nervous right now? I need to be bold. I need to go for it. And that allows you to grow and be more effective in the moment. Thanks for watching Mind the Game. New episodes drop every other Tuesday. Remember to like, subscribe, or follow wherever you're watching.